everyone. It's 9 a.m. I'd like to welcome everybody to the work session of the Limestone County Commission. And public comments. Ellen, will have any public comment?
We don't.
Well, okay, no public comment this morning. And like always, if anybody has any public comment, they're more than welcome to email them in or send them in, and we will make them in the minutes. So, all right. First on the agenda will be the minutes from September the 16th of 2024. Anybody got any discussion with the minutes?
Oh, sir.
All right. Next will be claims amount of $3,152,470.65. Anybody got any conversation with a claim that's been paid? Conflicts of interest. Anybody got a conflict with anything coming from the commission body today? Everybody's silence. We'll take that as a no. Public hearing, we have none. Resolutions and orders. First on here will be to approve a resolution allocating ARPA funds for the upgrade of the county emergency response communication system. Anybody got any discussion with that? All right. Number 2 will be to approve a resolution authorizing the chairman to enter into an agreement with L3Harris Technologies Incorporated, and this is for the amount of $557,343.51. And the purpose of this is for all radios and accessories listed in the quote from the funds received from the CDBG-CV grant. Anybody got a discussion with that? All right, no discussion with that. Moving on, approve an agreement for the architect services and pre-design services with AMBL Studios Incorporated for a new construction of a metal building structure to house recycling. And this is up on the building where we got the grant for from ADM. And Mark, you got anything with that?
We received an extension of those funds, and so we were kind of, it wasn't as long as an extension as we had hoped, but we are going to really move forward with this. So AMBL, so they can begin work as soon as we approve their agreement, and so that we can be in a position to let a bid. I think that our goal is to hit end of November, so we should have a bid ready to go. And so we will have to do a little bit of dirt work, just clearing and grubbing kind of work, and bring some gravel in to kind of get it set. The only way we can meet our deadlines is for us to kind of take ownership of some of that, and then also utilities. Get any of the utilities to the building that we need to get to the building. So this is kind of a 5-foot outside the building envelope in project, but that's what we're going to be working forward. So we should be able to hit our deadlines with that scope of work. So it is a little bit different scope of work, where before it was including parking and full civil design, but limiting our scope of work will allow us to meet some requirements, which would mean that we have to kind of take on some of it. But it's primarily going to be clearing and grubbing, getting some gravel, and then getting utilities to the site.
Anybody got a discussion with that? I know it's been a long time in the works, but we're finally glad to get moving with it. Yep. We seem to work better when they give us a shorter deadline, so they give us a real short deadline. So. Number 2 will be to approve a contract between the Alabama Department of Corrections and the Limestone County Community Corrections for FY24 and FY25 programs. Anybody got a discussion with that? No discussion with that. We'll move on. Number 3 will be to approve an Alabama Department of Youth Services agreement grant for fiscal year 24 and 25 in the amount of $47,840. Anybody got a discussion with that? All right, no discussion with that. Number 4 will be to approve to enter into agreements with Hound Town Incorporated and for adoption software for the use at the Limestone County Animal Care and Control. Anybody got a discussion with that? All right, number 5 will be to approve to apply for a grant in the amount of $139,000, and this is through ADECA Law Enforcement and Traffic Safety Division for the purpose of 2 training simulators. There was no county match on this. Y'all got any discussion with that? Number 6 will be to approve to apply for a quality of life grant for council and agent from Mazda Toyota Manufacturing in the amount of $30,000. There is no county match on this. Anybody got a discussion with that? That's what we like, the ones with no county match. That's good. I mean, good to give back to the community. So, anybody got any discussion with either one of those? All right, budget revisions, we have none. Emergency purchase, we have none. Board appointments, we have none. Award of bids, we have one bid here with a lot of different parts. Anybody got a discussion with for the Revenue Commission for mailing and envelopes and whatnot? Anybody got a discussion with this bid? No discussion. We'll move on to personnel policy and staffing actions. If it's all right with y'all, the first 3 are all corrections officers. We can take all those up in one motion. Y'all got any discussion, any problem with that before we move forward? All right, so it'll be to hire Mary Ward, Hunter Bowyer, and Matthew McNatt as all corrections officers, and all of these are effective October the 7th of 24. Anybody got any discussion with any one of these people? Welcome on board. All right, then number 4 is approved job description for animal shelter director. Anybody got a discussion with that? Number 5 will be to approve job description for licensed veterinarian technician. Anybody got a discussion with that? Number 6 will be to approve job description for kennel tech. Anybody got a discussion with that?
6, 7, 8, you may want to do them together.
And 8, 7, and is kennel workers, and so it'd be 4 through 6. If y'all ain't got no discussion with that, that's what we approved. I mean, we'll just take them all up in one motion. Nobody has any discussion with them. They're all just for the animal services and the job descriptions we got for that. And number 8 and 9 we can take up in one if y'all want to. They're number 7 and 8. 7 and 8. 7 and 8 are both kennel workers. Kennel techs, and these both are effective the 25th because we actually hired them retroactive to the getting started. So that is got to be retroactive back to 24, and it'll be Chad Green and William Newman. Anybody got a discussion with either one of them? And I know they're both doing a great job. So. All right, so 4 through 6 will be in one motion, 7 and 8 will be in one. And number 9 is to approve to transfer Vanessa Yates from building service worker to kennel tech, and she also moved on the 25th. So we'll take her up in a different motion because that's a transfer. Anybody got a discussion with Vanessa transfer? All right, number 10 will be to promote Christy Perry from the archive to the animal shelter director, and this is effective the 23rd. She actually went a couple of days earlier to get the job descriptions ready. So has anybody got any discussion with moving Christy over? All right, number 11, Tevin, is that Thurman? Is that how you say that last name? That's what I'm going to go with. Does that sound good to y'all?
Yeah, that's right.
Thurman, as a vet technician, he is effective October 1st. He came a week or so later. I got a discussion with that. All right, and number 12 will be to approve to transfer Allison Smith from appraisal clerk to revenue clerk, and that's on the 18th of September. Any discussion with that? Number 13 will be to approve to transfer Heather Daniels, and that's from revenue clerk to appraisal clerk. So that's 18th. Anybody got a discussion with that? All right, number 14 will be to approve to transfer Abby Crutcher from revenue clerk to appraisal clerk. Anybody got a discussion with that? And that's on the 18th. And number 15 will be to approve to promote Alan Griffin from community corrections to case manager to the archivist. He's moving over to the archives, and that is effective October the 7th. Anybody got a discussion with Alan moving? All right, number 16 will be to approve to hire Demetrius Joins as a building service worker. This will be effective October 15th. She is taking Vanessa's place that's moved to the animal shelter. Anybody got a discussion with that?
Mr. Chairman, I
Yes.
think you skipped number 16.
That's why I read it wrong. That's 16 is Demetrius Joins. That's she's taking, yeah.
The Joseph Liska.
I hadn't got a Jessica Liska on that.
16.
I don't. 16 is Demetrius Jones on mine.
Okay, here you go.
Mine's printed different from y'all's this morning.
Yeah.
All right. Jessica Liska, okay, and that's taking Alice's place at Community Corrections. I know it's on my agenda because I saw it a minute ago. Let me make sure it's on there before we go any further. Y'all give me just a moment here. Let me make sure. I think it's on my, it's number 18 on mine. Yeah, it's down here, number 18 on mine, so.
Get it worked out.
We'll get it worked out. We'll move it up to here. How's that? Okay. All right, number 17 will be to approve to hire Gregory Pack as a solid waste driver. This is effective September the 9th. You know, that's one of those jobs that we have that we run all the time. So when somebody fill in a spot, and we just now get him on the meeting. So anybody got a discussion with him? All right, number 18 on mine is Joseph. So, but we done talked about him, so we'll move him up to 16 because it's 16 on y'all's. All right. Anybody else on y'all's that's not on mine? Okay, 18 is what all right, merit increases. We have a few merit increases listed here. Anybody got a discussion with any merit increase? At this point, the engineer's report, Mr. Massey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We've got 6 subdivisions for your consideration today. Barry and Anita Side subdivision, this is a minor for preliminary and final, creating 2 lots in District 4. The Davis Estate subdivision, this is a minor for preliminary and final, creating 3 lots in District 3. Gales West Phase 2, this is a major for preliminary approval, creating 36 additional lots in District 1. Chapel Landing Phase 2, this is a major for preliminary approval, creating 27 lots in District 2. And Autumn Woods Phase 1, this is a major for final approval, creating 42 lots in District 2. In Madison Preserve Phase 2, this is a major for final approval, creating 120 lots in District 3.
Mark, I know there was a couple of people who had some questions about. So
Yeah, we've
get that?
been working through those.
Okay.
Chapel Landing, we wanted to make sure that that all work was being contained within their property boundaries, which they are. The gentleman has my contact information. He's contact information now in case they were to make an error and leave the property. And then Gales West, we do have those plans available for viewing at our office. So. And we'll answer any questions that pop up there. Right. So those are the questions that I had this morning.
Okay. And during the 15-minute break, you're going to address. Okay. Just making sure everything. Anybody else got anything for Mark? You got anything else, Mark?
We are. I think we are doing a patch on Yarborough Road today. So we ask everybody to steer clear of that area because it's over a culvert. And so there's not a lot of room for air there. Then we will move and take care of something in District 4 while District 1 is digging out a patch to be done on Mooresville Road. And then we'll move back and finish up a couple of things in District 1, come back and finish up we'll get District 1's, then we'll come back to District 4. So over the next couple of weeks, going to be a little bit of bouncing back and forth, but that's the way we were able to work it out with the foreman to be able to get kind of preliminary work, make sure it was accomplished and ready to go. Like I said, then once that's completed, we do have a project in District 2 to wrap up. So a little bit of bouncing around here at the end of the season to try to make sure that we get everything done and taken care of. But it's just kind of how it goes every year.
All righty. Anybody got anything else for Mark?
Y'all got through the Looney Road, the patching on it?
Looney, yes, we did Looney Friday, and then we're doing like Yarborough, like I said, today.
Moved to Yarborough.
And we moved, and we're doing Yarborough today, and then we come back, we'll get Mooresville and Team.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of patching.
Patch.
A lot of patching. All right, thank you, Mark.
Anybody? Nothing else, right? All right, other business. We have approved a transfer from the following item from IT to the sheriff's office, which is a laptop. Anybody got any discussion with that? And then the next one is to remove the following from inventory from council agents, which is a bus to be sold on gov deals. Anybody got discussion with that? And under the other business section, anybody got any other business? I know a lot of times we have, public comment for the commissioners at the end, but a lot of times people, if y'all have anything y'all want to address right now, y'all have anything right now? There's a couple of things I want to say. I want to say this. I need to thank these four guys. They have done a tremendous amount of work in getting our animal shelter prepared. Everything is up and running. We still got some ways to go, and I know we've had hundreds of emails, and I want to thank everybody for their emails and all. I know we've all answered hundreds of emails, and some of us have got some of us hadn't back yet. But I want to thank everybody. It's Christy is going to do good down there. It's Christy has got 15 years with the Birmingham Greater Humane Society's experience, so I think Christy will be an asset to us down there. I know it's we've got our first cat. He named the first cat Hamilton. You gonna tell about Hamilton?
It's Hamilton.
Hamilton. We go with Hamilton, and we've got Nova was our first dog, and she's probably had it made better than she ever had it made in her life, and she loves everybody down there. Everybody loves her. So she's the hardest thing is going to be giving her up when somebody does come to a doctor. She's kind of become our shelter mascot. So I know it's been a lot of back and forth, but it's going to be a great thing. And on another note, I want to say one thing before we dismiss. Us county commissioners, we become county family statewide. The chairman down in Dale County, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I got my pink on today supporting breast cancer. I know Ellen has survived it. Emily has survived it in my office. We've had several that survived it. We all fight these things together. He lost his wife late last night to cancer, and just keep him in your prayers. Me and him was on the state board together, and he called me when I was in here. I texted him this morning, told him I was sorry, and he called and told me. He called me, then he said, I was just, so I was just going to say keep him and his family in his prayers, because it's a hard battle to fight, and we all fight it together. So we will recess for 15 minutes, and that will put us back here at 9:32.